The weather affects your hair, right?
Yeah, a lot of the humidity. Right now it's great.
Exactly. We're
But
enjoying.
That's a different story.
Me too. I've been enjoying the
Yours
weather like
pretty.
that. Thank you. Yours too. All right, so I am plugged in, and yeah, we are good on our sound. So, well, good morning, and welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News Break Room. My name is Kristen Weaver. I am Director of Operations, and today my guests are
David Guerrero of Hermann Sons Life.
and
Carol Lopez from Hermann Sons Life.
Lopez. Thank you so much. And you're both from San Antonio, so you had a little drive, but not too bad today to
No,
get
it wasn't
here.
that bad. That sun does help.
Yes, it sure does.
Woke up this morning, there was ice on my
Oh,
windshield.
yes.
Like, oh my God, my windshield. And then my thing
Yeah.
wouldn't come out either. And like, oh, but
I know.
I'm good.
We've had so much fun with it the last few days, but it opened up for us to be able to get around really well today. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
good.
it did.
That's very good. I want to thank our sponsor, Red Wing Shoes in San Antonio. They are located at 1413 Southwest Military Drive in San Antonio. The same family, the same location since 1969. Thank you, Kenny at Red Wing, for your sponsorship of WCN Live. And give them a shout out. He's tagged in the description of this video, and look for his ad every week in the Wilson County News. He has a great ad, plus a great product. So thank you, Red Wing Shoes. All right, well, next on our agenda, we are going to draw a winner. We have names here from commenters from last week's video. So every week when we're on WCN Live, we ask that you post a comment. You can ask a question. We're happy to answer those as we go. But give us those comments, and that'll get your name into the next week's drawing. And if you would please, someone draw me a winner.
Carol, you do the honors.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to you, or
Yes,
you want me to
sure.
announce?
Let me see. Sometimes I know these people. All right. Okay. Congratulations to Paula Crane Bonham. Paula, you are our winner. Congrats. Yes, she's a loyal watcher, so hopefully she'll be on today to watch us. Paula wins a C Street Gift Shop gift bag, so I'll be reaching out to you on Facebook Messenger later for your prize to be picked up. All right. So as you may or may not have put two and two together, today we are talking about Hermann Sons Life, and we have David and Carol here to talk about that. We're going to learn about what your programs are and services that can help people in our area as well. So let's start with our introductions. Tell me a little about yourselves, who
All right.
you are, where you're from.
Well, my name is David Guerrero. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. Born and raised. Did go to school in Memphis, Tennessee for a couple of years. Even went to school with Amy Carter.
Oh, wow.
People, it's so funny when I say Amy Carter, I tell my generation, they say, who's Amy Carter? Then I go, Jimmy Carter. And go, who is Jimmy Carter?
Wow.
And they go,
Right.
Jimmy Carter, the president, But that was fun.
Yeah.
But yes, now I'm with Hermann Sons Life. I'm the regional sales manager. We've been there going on, next month will be a year. And so I'm very excited to be there, learning a lot about how
bet.
this company is so different. It's not just like any other company, but I'm glad to be here today. So thank you.
Wonderful. And I'm going to make an adjustment to the microphone. I want to make sure we have good sound if that's possible. So make sure we pick you up pretty good here, Carol. So tell us a little about you, Carol.
My name is Carol Lopez. I'm an insurance agent. I live in San Antonio, born and raised, and I've been an insurance agent for about 7-8 years. And I also represent Hermann Sons, so I have a variety of carriers that we work with, and we're here to help. I mean, Medicare is, a little bit more confusing this year than any other year, so it's more challenging, and we're here to help and answer any questions that you may have.
That's wonderful.
So thank
to
you
know.
for inviting me today.
Well, hopefully
you.
we'll circle back to what you just said about Medicare. I'm sure there's going to be many people who might want to ask,
we're
lean
here.
into you,
Yes.
on that, because that is such a big topic. Okay, well, with that, let's start with, tell me what each of you, well, you kind of already, did you already answer the question, what you
Well,
do with Hermann Sons, or go into that
I'm
a little more?
as a regional sales manager, I also recruit agents, also
okay.
train agents, also provide, events for agents, whether it's Medicare or life. And so I go out and provide the product, what Hermann has to offer, and bring them in, and they sell us. We're not a broker. We don't sell other companies. We are Hermann Sons. We've been around since 1861.
Right.
So, it's our NP. It's like looking at your Social Security number. Well, not yours, like your license number. It's normally NPN number is about 7 to 8 numbers long. Ours is 4 because we
Okay.
had it we got it
Yeah.
such a long time ago.
Yeah, wow.
So, but that's what I do at Hermann. So they call us and say, "Hey, Dave, I need your help with this. I need your help with Medicare enrollment. I need your help with the life policies, whether it's a term or whole life." And I'm helping to provide all my agents that.
Yeah, if you need to get up and do something, you're good. Okay. Well, wonderful, wonderful. And what about you, Carol? Again?
So I've been in the industry for about 8 years as Medicare agent. I also do the marketplace, but Medicare with all the changes, all the disruption regarding the medication,
Yeah.
there's been so many changes for all the carriers across the board.
Mhm.
And that's important to know what you have, what options you have. It is, where you can make some changes this year.
Mhm.
So if you have any questions regarding your Medicare benefits or how to apply for other additional benefits, we're here to help. So I've
Okay.
been in the industry for quite a bit.
Great, great. And you kind of touched on this as far as, do you want to go a little bit further into what can you tell us about Hermann Sons Life, the fact that it's been around for such a long time?
Yes.
Talk a little
Yes,
about that.
I love that. We're a nonprofit. We're a nonprofit fraternal company, and we have 60,000 members out in the state of Texas. We're only allowed to sell in the state of Texas, so we are Texas homegrown, and this is where we do our business. We have about 100 lodges all over Texas too, and most of our lodges, what they do is when you become a member or enroll a policy, you also automatically become part of a lodge, and that lodge allows you to join that lodge, go into their meetings, and that meeting is to create go back to the community. That's what makes it unique.
Yeah.
Where you're part of a group where that's going to go out and help the people out there. We have a grief counseling program that helps kids who experience loss, and so that's what makes us a lot more different.
Right.
We have people that in our dance classes, in our camps,
Right.
where we have mothers now saying, "Hey, I used to go there as a kid." Grandmothers say, "My daughter used to go there as a kid," and now they get their grandkids involved, and it's just like a circle of life. They're all going back into the camps where they have so much fun, and we just upgraded our website, so you see shortly we'll be coming out with the dates and the costs of these camps. So,
Okay.
and you have any questions also too? What's great thing about today this time is that now non-members can join to go to the camp.
Really?
Yes, I thought I find it's a good thing too, because what happens, and this is my opinion only, is that many kids parents, the parents already had policies on their kids. So what I felt that maybe what they did is that, if you already have a policy with your kid and they still want to join, let's not punish them by them not coming to us and joining. Hey, Mom, Tom goes to the
Right.
camp. Let me go ahead and
Yeah.
can I go too? He goes, well, we already have insurance. You don't need to get a policy. And that's my opinion. What I'm saying. And now they're able to go together.
Yeah.
Because
You can
this,
reach more kids that
yes,
way.
you
and
can reach more
make-
kids, and it
make
comes
that
also
goal.
includes the dance class too, more
Wow.
kids, and it's the
Yeah.
dance class. And I went to my first one too, and I go, wow, these kids are, and they're like this.
Some good programs.
They're like
yeah.
this. They're great, and they're learning,
Yeah.
and more important, they're getting along with one another and creating their character.
Right.
They're out there dancing their heart off in front of all these people. I get nervous just right now. Imagine
Yeah,
all those
sure.
all those people.
Exactly.
They're just dancing and
Oh, yeah.
and dancing. I like that they're doing that. And
It's a great
so,
opportunity.
please give us a call. We'll give you more information. But more important too, we need to let you understand that we do need to show you and let you understand how life works.
Right.
How a life policy can work for you, whether it's a term or whole life. Sit down with us. Let us just show you how inexpensive this could be to protect your family. It's not just because when you die. It's because while you're alive, you can still take advantage of these great benefits that are available.
It's about the living.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Benefits.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess that really answers the question of what makes Hermann Sons Life unique.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is a very unique policy, and we also have a museum at our
Oh,
at our
really?
at our office on St. Mary's. You go up there and you see all this history.
Very nice.
It's very, you have
A
this
good one to
most
visit.
old-fashioned typewriters.
Yeah.
you know.
Kinda like,
My kids
oh,
are-
yeah. Right?
And you could just imagine how they were
Yeah.
doing it at one time.
Yes.
But I thought it was, and so please, anyone out there,
cool.
give us a call. We'd be more than happy to give you a tour.
Okay. Well, walk us through some of the programs and services, and give us some examples. Tell us what we need to know.
Well, the campings will be starting up pretty soon. They have mini camps, and they have long camps a little longer for older kids.
Okay.
They are in Comfort, Texas. That's where they have the camps are at, and so they're able to stay the night, and they also are monitored by older adults that would used to go to those camps when they were kids.
Okay.
So they are very familiar in how that works. So they have archery, they have what's a robot? What do you call it? I forgot some other activities they have, but
In the water.
in the water. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So what is it called?
Like-
Canoeing. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I wrote it
Canoeing,
down.
kayaking,
Yeah, kind of
okay,
things like that.
kayaking. Yes.
But you see
Water
sports,
Right.
and
Very good
and also,
summer
but more
activities.
important, they just kids just creating their own characters,
Yeah.
getting where they have that shy kid. Come on,
Exactly.
let's get him
Yeah.
include that person. They just need to break the ice, and I think these do very well because what happens is that kid has probably there because their parent was there, so they
Right.
knew the importance of how these could brain
Sure.
their brains to develop, and especially a dance class. That's what makes this deal so unique, and so where they're able to go out and do actual performances. And
Yeah.
so going back to what I was saying before,
So on the summer camps, are they like a week long?
it can be a
About
week long.
week,
Yeah,
okay.
yes, one
And-
third. They have like mini camps, I think it's 3 days.
Okay.
We're gonna have it shortly in our website, and
Good.
you'll be able to see.
Okay,
And it's
yeah,
all
so it's not
it's all
yet.
themes too, like
Oh,
it's like
good.
a Marvel theme, and then there was a Christmas theme.
Oh, cool.
They all have
Okay.
little themes, and I
Great.
thought it was very unique.
Yeah. And then I guess some different dates and structures and
Yes.
stuff like that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll break down all the dates.
And then on the dance classes, those are the other youth opportunities that we're talking about.
Yes.
Those can be found on the website
Yes,
as well?
yes, please, because every lodge will be able to give you that information, where the
And what
dance, the
community
closest,
you're in.
where the
Okay.
closest one is at,
Got
who is
it.
in charge of it,
Right.
who to contact to get registered, and make sure
Right.
your child is registered to
Okay.
start.
On the dance classes, then they do have them, they don't have them in Comfort, or they might have them in Comfort, but they have them
Right.
throughout.
Yes.
Yeah, the communities where there's
Yeah,
lodges.
it's exactly.
and
Like
where
for
they serve
example,
those.
New Braunfels will have
Mhm.
theirs, in other
Yeah.
kinds will have theirs.
Yeah.
So please
Yeah.
make sure before you register,
Yeah.
let us know where you are. Make sure it's not too far for you to take
Yeah.
your child to go in.
And the website is hermansonslife.org.
Yeah, yes, .org. Yeah.
Great, yeah. Oh, yeah, and we have our
Yeah, we have a
brochure
little
right
brochure
here.
right here.
Yes. Now, what about the Hermann Sons Life? You want to talk about the programs within that and how it helps families, like why we want to use Hermann Sons Life for our insurance?
Yes,
talk about
for
those
for
products.
example, when it comes to whole life, when it comes to term policies, even before I started many years ago, I didn't know what it meant.
Right.
Well, term life is more like what my boss says. It's like getting an apartment. It has no cash value, but it'll protect you for that little one time.
Okay.
So when you leave,
Yeah.
there's no equity created. Where on a whole life, it's more like you are going to create equity. You are going to create cash value. Where even a person could even take out a loan on the policy. I have a grandmother that gives her kids a policy when they're born. They're given a policy, and they're given to them. And when they graduate from high school, they said, "Tommy, here's your policy. You could cash it in, or you could keep it." But at the same time, I would like to say, please
Interesting.
educate your
Yeah.
child, because telling an 18-year-old,
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
you got some money now,
Right.
and so
That's interesting.
and now the way I other say it's like term is like in case you die, whole life is when you die.
Right.
I just experienced a death in our family in early this week or last week, and he's early 30s, and it's all of a sudden I saw him in New Year's, and he got sick, and then I told my family's like saw him one day, and then we go to the hospital and he's still there, and like, oh my God, you're getting texts, he's not doing well, not doing well. And then after he did pass away, then you start thinking, okay, them telling you got to go find a place to go. Now you start talking about the money. And it really close came up to really, I think it ended up being about 22,000, something like that. And luckily they had money. They were able to come up with the money.
They
But
did not have a policy, is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
yeah, well, they didn't have really that policy for that, but they did have money stored away where they're able
In
to.
other places.
And we just want them to, what,
A piece of money.
it's. I'd rather you be mourning, let you mourn, instead of mourn and struggle where we're going to pay this, how you're going to pay that. So that's where we come into, and Carol and I come into educating them. When it comes to life policies, or like when people says life, oh, you have life insurance, the first thing to think about death. The first thing that comes into your mind, death.
Or I can't afford it. But a lot of times, like, you can't afford not to have it.
Yeah.
Because when that time comes, I mean, sometimes just missing a weekend dinner to pay for that policy, that goes a long way. And just gives you that peace of mind.
Yeah, well, we just what I do is educate,
Right.
because when a lot of people these days say, "Well, I just," when they purchase something, they see, okay, I bought a phone,
Yeah.
I bought a car. When I buy cable, I could see cable.
Yeah.
When you get a life policy, I can't see it. They don't see where that money is going, but they need to be
Right.
more get to the and also find out the why. You have a person in their 30s, and the earlier the better. Get the policy the earlier the better, because it's going to be a lot more or less expensive when you get it older.
That's true.
And what happens if you got somebody who says, you know what, I just moved into a $400,000 house. I have my 3 kids, and he goes, well, get a term policy just for the house. Okay, get a 10 or 20-year policy, and then in case something should happen, your kids don't have to move out. And it's very, very inexpensive.
Right.
Then the whole life. All you're doing is protection for of your kids, so they don't have to go somewhere else, or your loved ones doing 2 jobs at one time just for something you knew eventually could have happened, can happen.
Right.
And so, but Carol and I are here to educate and show you how this works. How, why, get the why first. And that's what I tell my team. Find out the why and tell them why, then before the product. Because if I go show you this, here, buy this, you're going, what is that? Why do I need that? If I tell you why, then you'll be going, okay, I need that. So sit down with us, take some time, bring all your questions, give us all the questions you need. We'll get you a quick quote and leave it up to you. And but we're also here as what I love about Hermann Sons, that we're local. You have a question, you could go to us. You go knock at our door, just buzz us in, and we'll come on. I need to speak to somebody about a life policy. No problem. Have a seat. We'll be right with you, like a cup of coffee, and we'll sit down with you, and in privacy, and go over what you need. And that's where, if you have any questions, just come on by.
Right.
That's what I love about
We're
that
here to
feeling.
help people.
We have a building that been there for such a long time. Come on by, and we're in the middle of downtown.
Sure. Oh.
And the plans do have value. What I've seen in the industry is, they are given life insurance at their job.
Okay.
But if they ever change their jobs, or they get laid off, they lose that policy, so they have to start over again. And if they have an illness, it's hard to get a life insurance policy when there's an illness involved. So the best thing to just get it when you're healthy, because that's when you get the best rates.
Right.
And that way you could have 2 plans. You could have one through your work, which is very inexpensive, and also one on the outside. Because if you ever change jobs or retire, that goes away. It stops. So that's very important.
And the other thing we do also we offer annuities that's given back at 5%.
Okay.
So we give a 5% for retirement. It's meant for a streamline of income that you get once you retire. And but please, we're more than happy to talk to you over that. Some people have money, want to roll it over to a 401, where that if you're under 59, you get hit with a government penalty. Roll that over into something else where you could still get some more money, and at one time when you're retired, because we can't all depend on Social Security. I don't know if anybody knows. If you looked at a Social Security check, they have a limit, and they don't care how much you have made. They already have a limit what you're going to make. Please look into any money you could put away where it could accumulate some money. You could even put it into an IRA or a Roth, and let us come in. We have some experts over there that could show you this is how much you're going to get. What you're going to get when you retire. And because yes, I could survive on that. My house is paid off. My cars are paid off. All I need is just for my regular bills. And if you want to travel, we'll put that in there. And enter that into that equation.
Make a good plan for life, huh?
Yes. Yes.
I really get it. Yeah, that's really great. Do you want to share anything more about your expertise in Medicare, and has that always been something Hermann Sons Life has helped with?
No, it's about 3 years.
Right?
Well, this is 3 years, but this is our first full year. And I have to say, Carol was our top performer this year. She did great. I'm going to say the number she got she enrolled, but she did better than she ever has done. and it's most of our referrals because of our book of business, you know, and also by going on and doing events. I don't think you did too many events, you know.
Because too busy enrolling.
Yeah.
Too busy.
So
But a lot of questions regarding the Medicare.
yeah.
This year was just something unusual.
yeah, because
A lot of changes.
yeah, they
Lot
got
of
rid of a
changes.
donut hole, as you well know, Medicare. They got rid of a donut hole, giving everybody a $2,000 cap on their medications. And so our job was to go out there and make sure that the members' medications was in the formulary, and make sure that they, if they were not able to purchase those medications at that one time, because what was happening is that most carriers were giving you a deductible right at the beginning.
Okay.
So on January 1st, you got hit with that 500 something deductible. It could have been that high, but $200, $300, $500
It all depends on the plan. Every
It depends
plan
on
has
the
a
plan.
different deductible, and there are some plans that have no deductible
Yeah.
at all. Carriers are looking out for the members and say, you know what,
Yeah.
that deductible is, you know, way too high, or they're already gonna get hit with paying upfront the higher amount. So let's go ahead and remove the deductible. Very few carriers are out there, but there are some, you know, and there are some great carriers, you know, for instance, Humana, United Healthcare. You know, there's about 8, 9, 10, up to 10 carriers that are willing to help our members. And if they do have a deductible, or if they have that $2,000 limit, they are willing to set up like a payment plan and let them pay it from January to December, so that way it won't be such a high amount at the beginning of the first month when they go get all their
Yeah.
medications, when
Okay.
they get their
So that was a difference. That was a
Referrals.
very big difference. The donut hole was gone, which is great.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were not able to afford that medication, so they'll be put on what's called an M3P plan, where the government allows you to pay it in 12 months. And as we well know, we all have grandparents and elderly who, even young people that take medications where they need their high blood pressure or they need their diabetes, their diabetic medications. They got to make sure. I don't care if I have free rides. I don't care if I get dental this. Make sure my medications.
Yeah.
And we just want to make sure that when they went to the pharmacist, they weren't like,
Oh,
you owe
the shop.
$800.
Yeah.
And when the first person they're going to call is their insurance company, and they're going to call us, and we're going to go, hey, before you go, let's just break this down.
Right.
And this, like I said, we have them all Medicare's.
Other carriers.
Yeah, we have other carriers, and we are going to go into Houston, hopefully this year, and go up there and educate. I'm excited about it because I've worked in Houston before. It's a crazy town. I don't know if you're. You ever been there?
Small towns here.
No, it's been a while.
But there's a lot of questions, you know,
Yeah.
and I understand because
Right.
they're also losing benefits too at the same time. So it's always good to have an agent. Yes, you could call, but when you're calling, you're just calling one person and you don't
Right.
really know that person, and, you know,
Right.
it's more also the trust issue, right? And knowing that they're gonna put you on the right plan, so that's where, as an agent, I wanna make sure that that plan fits your needs.
Yeah.
Not just to change a
Exactly.
plan, but look at what's important to you. Is it your benefits, or is it your prescription? Is it the transportation? So we have to look at the bigger picture and not just focus on one thing. We have to look at the entire picture, make sure your doctors are in the network.
Yes.
Because yes, you wanna change that plan, but your doctor may not be in the network, and that's important to a lot of our Medicare clients. If we move them to another doctor starting over, it's not a healthy thing for them either. So if you have any questions, we wanna look at the bigger picture and see, is the plan that you're on, is it the right plan for you, or do you wanna look at other plans that
Right.
are gonna fit your needs? And at the beginning, you know, we have to look at all the prescriptions for our
Right.
doctors, all the doctors, and then to see, okay, is there a plan that's gonna fit their needs, or are
Right.
they on the best plan?
Would you have any words of caution to people out there? Would it be, for example, to seek some guidance
Definitely.
and not make those, from what I understand, it seems like people get a lot of information
On
and they
TV.
don't know what to do with it, or even in the mail, perhaps. They're
It's
perhaps
overwhelming.
solicited. in
Yeah,
a
they
way.
get bombarded by the
They
mail,
are.
by radio, by TV, and even going to your local Walmart or anywhere,
Yeah.
any grassroots location where
Yeah.
they have an agent out there who are just, hey, who you with, who you with, who you with. So please never carry a Medicare card with you. Throwing your Medicare card out there with you, and you're giving them that person the freedom to
Right.
to write you up and without your
You
authorization.
could make a
Word of
change that would be
conscience is
detrimental.
Do not give your Medicare, if they ask you for your Medicare number right up front, that's a red flag, because that means that they're gonna try to enroll you
Yeah.
right away. The best thing to do is get your questions answered first, to see if it's, the right person to deal with, one, and that there's a trust as well. But as soon as you give them your Medicare number, that's definitely a
You're-
red flag if they're asking for that information up front.
Yeah, they don't need they don't need your Medicare number. A real person will come and sit down with you, and and the best agents will also tell you, you know what, you're on the right plan. You don't need to do any changes.
Right.
Whoever signed you up on this, or if you did, well, however you did it, you're
You're okay.
perfectly now. I'm gonna give you my card. In case they don't answer or drop the ball, you call me.
Yeah.
That
That's what
person-
you need. You need
Yes.
somebody that you can call and ask those questions
Yeah.
of.
That's
So
available.
I guess
And have
people-
them on your cell phone. Have them. You don't have your agent on your cell phone.
Yeah.
That person's not doing their job. That person not calling you at least once a month. Have you made your doctor's appointment? Have you made a dentist appointment? Do you need anything?
Yeah.
Is there anything here for you? I'm right here for you. And send them a simple text. You doing okay? That's it. Because keep in mind that sometimes with these other people, you're the only contact.
Wow.
And also, we both speak Spanish, so we know we do get that person, and when they're trying to call the toll-free number, and they get stuck with that automated IVR system, and it could get very confusing when they say, "I'm in a little pain, but I'd rather deal with the pain than call."
Yeah.
And so
And they don't have no guidance,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
guiding, and what I do personally as an agent, I get on the three-way call and
Okay.
make sure that they get connected to the right department, or that they're taking care of their medication, because some
Yeah.
do get the mail order.
Yeah.
So I wanna make sure that they have all the information on their system.
Yeah.
Make sure that they're getting their transportation, so that's a huge difference versus, just here's a number and call.
Yeah.
But if you could get on the line and do a three-way and make sure that they're taking care of that, goes a long way. And know that, it's not about the commission, it's about taking care of that plan or that member.
Yeah.
Because my mom's a Medicare client too, and she's always calling me, well, how about this? So being available is important. It's like
Yeah.
taking care of my mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way. I'm not here to work for the commission. Yes, they do get paid, we do get paid
Yeah.
by the carriers. So the client, the Medicare client does not have to pay a dime, because we get paid by the carriers.
I see.
So if somebody's trying to sell them something just to make a commission,
I see.
then they're doing
That's
a
why that's happening.
disservice to the member.
Yeah.
and that member will remember you.
Yeah.
That person will go
Definitely.
say, you know what, you're not able to help me, but I know someone who might need your help.
Yeah.
Instead of the one saying, I need your signature here, and goes, oh, don't worry about that, don't worry about that,
Yeah.
no. And that's why we take our job very seriously. I've been doing this for 13 years. She's been doing it a lot longer than I have.
No, 8 years. But I've worked for carriers as well
Yeah.
directly,
Yeah.
over the phone, so I understand when they call,
Yeah.
the difference is in person versus
Yeah.
over the phone, and the in person is a whole lot better.
Yeah. It
That's
is.
because then you're dealing with that person and you know who they are and you know what information you're giving them.
Yeah,
And even though I live in
absolutely.
San Antonio, I have no problem driving to Floresville if they wanted to come here and meet and
Yeah.
have any questions, because if they want to see them face to face, that's the best thing. And I
Okay.
do have some clients that live here
Yeah.
in Floresville that I help, so it's.
Okay.
it's
So
definitely
your
something.
office would be the contact, the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah,
closest.
contact us here.
Okay.
We'll go to you if we need to. We'll or
Have
you
to drive
come.
all the way to San Antonio.
Yeah.
We'll come out and come out and visit you. There's sometimes that you just can't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you just need to make sure that the members' questions are answered and answered right, correctly. And if you don't know, just say simply, I just don't know. I'm going to have to get back with you.
And if you were placed on a plan that didn't work out for you during annual enrollment period, you do have some time to look at some changes.
Yeah.
You have open enrollment that ends March 31st.
Okay.
So you're able to
have an
change it. As
opportunity.
long as you were on a Medicare Advantage plan. If you're on original Medicare, you do not have that special election period does not work for you. You have to have a Medicare Advantage plan, and we will put you back where you're at, or go with somewhere else. But first, we got to find out really what happened.
Right.
Or if you're turning 65.
Yes.
Because this is a good time, you're getting your Medicare card 3 months before when you turn 65.
Okay.
So you do have an additional enrollment period. You have
Okay.
3 months before your Part A and Part B becomes effective, the month of, and then 3 months after. You wanted to do it 3 months before, within the 3 months, because that way you could get the coverage the month that your Part A and Part B starts. So
Okay.
you can get a plan that works for you. That
Right.
includes medical, hospital, and prescription. and it also includes dental, vision. So there are some great plans out there. Or unless you want a Medicare supplement, you're like, I don't want to deal with that. I want to go with the original Medicare and get a supplement. We also offer the supplements as well. So you have several options, but knowing what you have and what you need is more important before you make that change.
Yeah, that's what needs analysis is very important, like your medications, your doctors, any foreseen procedures you have in the past, in the future you have coming, anything that you want to address. And a lot of people go, well, my neighbor has this and has that. Well, we don't know what your neighbor has. The Medicare could be on Medicaid, might have a special program that you just don't know. But we got to make sure what you have. And if you feel like, you know what, my income might qualify me for Medicaid, how you do that, I could help you. Where we could help you pay your Part B or even get a dual plan. But they just need to give us some time. Give us about 30 minutes. All it really takes. And if we've got to take along with it over a cup of coffee, we'd be more than happy to go over and speak with you about it.
Great. Wow. So I guess any last minute recaps of this conversation would be that, what is it?
Well, first of all, thank you. This is my first Facebook Live. I was telling Carol, I wonder when we step out, are we going to get paparazzis, We're going to please follow. But no, this was fun. Thank you for my bosses for letting me come out and do this. And no, please, if you don't understand Medicare or you don't understand life, all is one call away. Do we able to say that phone number, or
course,
do we? Which are for our direct number in the office in San Antonio is 210-527-9113, or our toll-free number is 877-437-6266. All it takes is one phone call, and we'll be more than happy. We have no problem in telling you, what, you're perfect where you're at, or we can't help you, as long as you could tell us what your issues are. We have Carol, we have other agents that could help you out and go out and visit you in person, whether it's life, annuities, and we have another product that'll be coming out soon, which I'm not allowed to say yet, I don't think, so I'm not going to say nothing yet, which I'm excited too, but maybe at the next meeting, the next one we'll do, I will too, but thank you again. No, just our camps, please look at our new website too, that's out, so if you have any questions there too, it does have all our agents. If a member's out there says I prefer a male or prefer a female, and please also there's females and there's males, and we'd be more than happy to go out and visit you and go over the plans, tell you more about the camps, tell you more about the dance classes and what their fees are, and when their dates and start dates will begin. But thank you again for having us today.
And I really appreciate now, in preparing for the questions today, understanding how you're helping people through all walks of life. So, starting at a younger age, and the younger you are to getting life insurance, the better, all the way through when it's time for Medicare and those decisions, and all of that.
Yes,
So.
and thank you. And like I said, we've been here for such a long time. We have policies that are $1,000 policies. Can we imagine what $1,000 policy when? But back then, you're thinking, wow,
so much.
that
And I have one for my grandson, and I'm only paying like $10.50 a month.
That's
because
amazing.
I started when he was 2 years old,
Right.
and that it's a whole policy. So that rate is going to stay on forever.
Right.
It is for $25,000. It's probably not enough in general, but that's a great start for the price. I don't know what the rates are now because they've changed. But in the Medicare side, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. I can be contacted at 210-683-7241. I also work with the marketplace as well. So if you're not 65 yet and you're looking for a plan, before you turn 65, we can work with the marketplace.
Okay.
Y los dos hablamos español, so aquí estamos para ayudarte.
Igualmente.
Okay.
Thank you again for your time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for joining us. Share this video and hope you get something from this. You may need to share with someone that you know, even if it may not help you at this moment. But I thank you guys for taking the time and coming down here from San Antonio. And I will edit our description and add some of the contact information for Hermann Sons Life at their San Antonio office, and some of those phone numbers with you after this episode is finished. I want to thank our sponsor, Red Wing Shoes, located at 1413 Southwest Military Drive in San Antonio. Same family, same location since 1969. Thank you, Kenny at Red Wing. Look for their ad in the Wilson County News every week. Great products. Go visit him. He's not that far from us. And, well, thank you all again for this conversation, and I look forward to many more. We'll see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the invite.